Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Gooner. As I said earlier, I'll be back with this stream, and unfortunately, it's not going to be a it's not going to be a very positive stream. As you can see by the title, Arsenal have made 55 members of staff redundant. And I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this, if I'm being honest. So I've read the reports. Now they're claiming, good old Raul and Vinay, they are claiming that it's to invest in the team. But if I'm being brutally honest, when you add up what these members of staff would earn, unless they're high earners, it's not really going to impact on what happens with transfers and stuff. I don't get why they've done it, if I'm being honest, and I think they've going to upset a lot of people. They basically said that they don't take the decision lightly, that they want to they wanted to see what happened, but they've entered into some 30-day thing, and they said that's what they're proposing. But yeah, listen, it doesn't make for great reading, whatever you guys think about it. But me personally, I don't think these 55 staff, I don't actually think that their wages is going to impact heavily on what the club do in the transfer market. But listen, do you know what I actually think as well? Is I think them saying that, they've kind of made a rod for their own back, because knowing the fan base as we do, and a majority of this fan base literally hang on to everything they say, and they were saying that they're making cutbacks to reinvest in the team. Well, a lot of people are going to be going, well, we want to see investment in the team. If that's happened, it's shit for those people who have lost their jobs, but we want to see what's going on in the team. We want to see what's happening with the squad. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I personally think that this shouldn't have happened. We have to look at the facts, and the facts are that our owner's worth, was it 300 and something million or something, or 10 billion, even more than that, because his wife is the owner of Walmart, and between them they've got a lot of money, but yet they couldn't bail 55 members of staff out, which is pretty bad. And then you also look at the fact that they're still paying Ozil 350 grand a week, which that would cover these 55 staff's wages probably. This is assuming that they're not high earners, because apart from the guys at the top, there's not going to be a lot of the guys down running the stadium, the guys who do all the tickets and that. They're not going to be high, they're not going to be earning much, are they? So if they're making 55 members of staff redundant, I'm assuming that those staff are on high wages. But yeah, it's and the thing that makes me laugh is this: that they're making staff redundant, but none of these bigwigs like Raul or Vinay, I bet you them guys are not taking a pay cut, but yet these 55 members of staff are just being thrown to the wolves. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I think it's disgusting. Personally, I think they should, there's money there, they can pay them, I think they're using this as an excuse. Probably when the transfer window is finished and we haven't signed anybody, they'll probably use that as an excuse as well. So yeah, it's not great, you know, and I'm not entirely sure. This doesn't sit right with me as a supporter of Arsenal, and you know, a majority of us and a majority of you guys watching in the chat support Arsenal as well. Let me know what you guys think, because me personally, I don't actually think I don't think this is great. I don't think it looks good on the club, and it's a very similar situation to Liverpool and Tottenham furloughing their, you know, attempting to put their staff on furlough. And you think about all the money that these football clubs get, and yet they're struggling, or they're claiming to struggle. But we have to remember that these owners have got millions, and they could dip into their pocket, and you know, it's an unusual situation with a pandemic, but they could dip into their pocket and help it out. And they almost claimed as well, Arsenal. I read one report that they were saying that they're trying to plan for the fact that there's probably not going to be fans in the stadium for a while, so they're trying to plan for the fact that they're not going to be getting match day revenue and stuff, and when fans do return, it's going to be very limited. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this completely. Like I do think it's pretty bad, and I feel very uncomfortable about it, if I'm being honest. I think that they could bail these members of staff out. I like the fact that they haven't actually come out and said at what level these staff are getting fired. So whether it's from the top downwards, or whether they've just genuinely picked the least earners and just made them redundant. But I'm assuming that they have to be high earners. They, you know, I don't see it being there being any point in them sacking staff at the bottom, because like I say, they're probably going to be on minimum wage anyway. They're not going to be, that's, you know, I can't see that being a high dent to the club. So yeah, listen, I've been going for 8 minutes. So listen, I ain't going to ramble on for too long about this, and I've said my piece. Listen, I'm going to read some of your comments out, and I'm going to see what you guys say about them. About evening to you, Omar. Evening, Liam Damon. Omar says he don't understand why Arsenal have done it yet. Same. And yeah, you know, Omar makes a great point. You know, Ozil sat on 350 grand a week doing nothing, but yet he still gets to keep his job. It is a bit of a disgrace. Big up Taib. Big up Aaron. So Aaron says he gets why it's been done, but it's disgraceful. Do you know what though? I don't even get why it's been done, because they've got money. The owners have got money. All they had to do is dip it. And what is it? Let's say these members of staff probably earn less than what, 1 million, depending if they're high earners. That's the thing. If they're high earners, probably maybe 2 million at max. And you think the owner can't put his hand in for 2 million just to help them out? Abe says Arsenal are run by a bunch of muppets. Not gonna disagree with that. Aaron says this club is run as a mess from top to bottom. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that either. So yeah, it's listen, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. You know, and like I said, they've backed themselves into a corner. They have backed themselves into a corner, because now, you know, the reports, and I've seen this in a lot of reports, they're saying it's to make, you know, to make additions to the team. But let's see it now. Okay, listen, it's not been a great decision. A majority of Arsenal fans don't agree with their decision. Let's see it. Let's see these great additions to the team. Let's see you rebuild the squad. And maybe if you rebuild the squad, listen, I'm sorry for the 55 people that have lost their job. It should never have happened. Arsenal shouldn't have done it. But if they're going to invest in the team, then that's what we want to see. Because to be honest, it's only going to be the team that change things. Because the more success there is, you know, the more success there is, the more money there's going to be pumped into the club. Give me one sec, guys, because my speech has just crashed again. My speech crashes like Arsenal Football Club at the moment. You know what I mean? It's mad. But yeah, it is. It's, you know, I don't get why they've done it. I don't get the logic. And Omar says we're run by a bunch of clowns. Yeah, do you know what? Even clowns are funny though, Omar. Clowns are funny. What's happening here is not. You know what happening here is what's happening at our club is just, it's disgrace. And do you know what as well? I don't get why they've used the time now. Why are they using straight after an FA Cup final to drop this bombshell? Because, you know, everyone's on a high. Listen, everyone was buzzing after the FA Cup final, you know, winning the FA Cup for a 14th time. Why have they dropped it now, like days after we win the FA Cup? Whose smart idea was it to drop it right after the FA Cup? They could have dropped this in the middle of the pandemic, when the season was, you know, when the season was suspended. That when most teams were kind of doing it. I don't get why they've picked now that they were going to drop this, because it's just put everybody in a bit of a uncomfortable, in an uncomfortable mood. I mean, I'm guessing that a majority of Arsenal fans aren't going to agree with it, and it's going against the public mood. But do you know what? One thing we all know is that these people in charge don't care about upsetting Arsenal fans, do they? They, you know, they're just in it for the money. And what I don't get as well, is that the board and the Kroenkes haven't yet realised that actually the more success is brought to this club, the more money they're going to get, because the more money that's going to come into the club, and it's, you know, they're in it for the money, but they obviously haven't clicked on to the fact that the more success, and it's like I was saying before, I was saying a while back, that to get success, you're going to have to take a short-term hit. So, you know, even if the Kroenkes outlay a load of money, short-term, yeah, they're going to take a massive hit financially. And, you know, some will say that actually, even though they'll claim it's a massive hit, they've got so much money that it's not going to be a hit at all. But in the long term, it's going to be better off, because the more quality we have on the pitch, you know, the higher up the Premier League table we're going to be. You know, getting back into the Champions League, that's going to bring us in money. And the more trophies we win brings us in money. Winning the Premier League brings you a hell of a lot of money. Winning the Champions League brings you a hell of a lot of money. So the board need to realise that actually, you know, Arsenal need to realise that success brings them money, but I don't think they've quite worked it out. Aaron says, Arsenal disappoints us. Arsenal never disappoints us when it comes to disappointing us. Yeah. Comment of the stream, mate, goes to you because that is spot on. That is spot on. So yeah, listen, it's not great, is it? Not great at all. Listen, do stick a like on the video. Do subscribe. Like I said earlier in my earlier stream, these streams I'm gonna be doing 2 streams a day, minimum, and then anything on top of that is going to be a bonus. And obviously, if something breaks, like like we sign a player, then I'll go live straight away. Also, as well, do check out my stream earlier if you've not done so already, and do share the channel around and share the Facebook page around the Blind Gooner. I'd really appreciate that. So yeah, listen, it's not great, is it? Not great. I guess as fans, we just have to there's not a lot we can do about it, is there? We just have to accept the fact that this has happened, and I guess we have to move on from it. So yeah, we just have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see if they put their money where the mouth is, and then we actually get some players, because that's what they're claiming they've done it. That's why they're claiming they've done it, is so that we get some players. But who knows? Who knows? Listen, I've given up trying to fathom this board out and what their intentions are, because I don't think anybody understands it. I don't think anybody understands it. And my speech has crashed yet again. So let me just try and do this. There we go. That's better. Now my speech is a bit like our season, a bit disjointed. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up. Like I said, I've been going for almost 20 minutes now. But yeah, listen, guys, thanks for the guys who have tuned in. And like I said, I'm going to be back tomorrow with another transfer, and then I'll be back with my 2 streams, one at 4 p.m, one at 7 p.m, and that's going to be going for the foreseeable. And yeah, I'm going to get this channel moving. But listen, all have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing, and hopefully we sign some players. And we can kick on as a team, because I'll tell you something now, this has not been great, especially in a positive week where we had just won the FA Cup. But listen, we move on. It's just another banter thing to talk about with us. So yeah, listen, guys, look after yourselves, and I'll be back tomorrow.